Today in this class we are going to discuss about the chapter atoms. Here in this topic of atoms, first we have to know about Bohr's theory. Bohr's theory means it explains about the atom. You know that at the center of the atom, what we have means we have nucleus at the center. At the center of the atom, we have nucleus. And nucleus is positively charged. Around the nucleus, we have different shells we are taking. These are stationary shells we call. And here, electrons will be revolving in these shells. Electrons will be revolving in these shells. So, as electrons are revolving around the nucleus in some fixed orbits, we call them as stationary shells. So here like that number of shells will be there. We are observing in this way. Now this Bohr's theory says that around the nucleus, center of an atom, at the center of the atom we have nucleus, and around the nucleus electrons will be revolving in different shells. In first shell, maximum number of electrons can it accommodate is 2 electrons. Second shell, it can accommodate 8 electrons. In third shell, it can accommodate 18 electrons, like that. We also have some formula connecting to number of electrons accommodate in the shell means I can write it as 2n square. 2n square is the formula for number of electrons accommodate in a shell. So here first shell means n is equal to 1, like that, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, like that. We are going to put those values. Okay, fine. Now coming to the Bohr's theory. Here Bohr's theory says that angular momentum of an electron, L is equal to mvnrn is equal to nh by 2 pi. Angular momentum of electron revolving in an orbit is equal to nh by 2 pi. N is number of orbit, h is Planck's constant, and here Vn is speed of electron in nth orbit, Rn is radius of electron in nth orbit, m is mass of electron, Ln is angular momentum of electron in nth orbit. So like that, we have the formula Ln is equal to mvnrn equal to nh by 2 pi is our formula. Now, what we know the phenomena happening here means is the first point. Second point, at the center we have the nucleus. What is the charge of nucleus means I can say it is Ze. Z is atomic number or number of protons. Charge of nucleus is Ze and is a positive charge. Here electron which is revolving around the nucleus in the stationary orbits. Suppose here electron is there. It is at a distance of Rn. Rn is the radius of this nth orbit. It is moving with a speed Vn. So what they are saying here is electron is revolving around the nucleus. Nucleus is positive charge. So electron negative charge, it attracts toward the center and the force of attraction is F. So the force between two charges, what is the force between two charges? So here center is nucleus, center one is nucleus and this is electron. So what is the force between two charges formula from electrostatics? We can write F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. This is the formula from electrostatics. Q1 Q2 by R square. This is the formula from electrostatics. Let us take nucleus charge as Q1 and electron charge as Q2. So I can write now Q1 is equal to Ze and Q2 value is equal to E. So charge of nucleus and charge of electron we can take like that. Now observe carefully here. Substituting these two things in the formula, F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze into E by, here the radius of the nth orbit is Rn square. This force is called as electrostatic force between the two charges, and it is acting towards the center because electron attracts towards the center. Positive charge moving in a circle means this force is also called as centripetal force. This force, electrostatic force, we are also calling it as centripetal force. So now this is centripetal force. Then what we can write here? So now F is electrostatic force. This electrostatic force only I am calling it as centripetal force. Now let us observe. So F is equal to, I can write mvn square by Rn. This is the formula for centripetal force. Centripetal force, the force acting toward the center. When the body is moving along the circle, the force acting toward the center is called centripetal force. So from this information, I can write as F is equal to, just now we wrote, F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught ZE into E by Rn square. Let us equate these two. So if we equate these two, I am getting the formula like this. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught ZE into E, ZE square by Rn square is equal to mvn square, mvn square, mvn square by Rn. So now if you observe here, I can cancel the terms like this. This square I can cancel Rn here. So this is the thing left. And now I got the formula in this way. As I know that angular momentum is mn vn Rn is equal to nh by 2 pi. This is the formula I noticed. From here, I am taking the value of Vn. Vn value means I can write it as nh by 2 pi m into Rn. 2 pi m into Rn I can write. This is the formula for Vn formula. So why you have taken this Vn formula, sir? What is the purpose of taking this Vn formula means? Here, in the previous page, what I explained you there, this is the formula what I had at last. There I want to eliminate speed. I want to eliminate speed and I want to get an expression for radius. I want to get expression for radius. So first what I did here means, starting when I have taken the centri, that is the electrostatic force between the center nucleus, electrostatic force between the nucleus and electron. I have written the formula F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught ZE into E by Rn square. This force is acting toward the center, so I call this one as centripetal force. Centripetal force, the force acting toward the center, and formula for centripetal force is mvn square by Rn. So now equating those two, electrostatic force as centripetal force, equating, I got this expression. Now what I target means, my target is about Rn. So I want to eliminate Vn and I want to get an expression for Rn. So I want to eliminate Vn and I want to get the expression for Rn. For that purpose, I have taken the formula mvn Rn is equal to nh by 2 pi. M is mass of electron, Vn is speed of electron, Rn is radius of nth orbit, nh by 2 pi. Substituting this one in my previous one, I can write here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, ZE square by, already one Rn square has been cancelled, and here mvn square is there. So in the denominator, I'm leaving that one. F is electrostatic force between two charges. F is electrostatic force between two charges. It is also called centripetal force. So here now, coming to this point here, mvn square. Vn square means I can write n square h square by 4 pi square m square Rn square. I hope it is clear, beta. Now let me cancel the terms and observe what are the things left here. Squaring I did there, 4 cancel, pi and the square is cancelled, m and the square is cancelled, and Rn and the square is cancelled, Rn and square is cancelled. So what I am left with here means Rn, if I take this side, Rn is equal to n square h square epsilon naught by pi m z square, pi m z square. This is the formula for radius of electron in nth orbit. This is the formula for radius of electron in nth orbit. Now I derived the formula for first one. Rn is called radius of electron revolving in nth orbit. Just now I noticed the formula for this one as Rn is equal to n square h square epsilon naught by pi m z square. This is the formula I noticed here. So after noting this formula, I can inform you that Rn is proportional to n square by z. Y means here what are the remaining terms? You observe carefully. Remaining terms are h is constant, Planck's constant, epsilon naught value constant, pi is constant, m is mass of electron constant, E is charge of electron constant. Then we can write radius of electron nth orbit is Rn is proportional to n square by z. Rn is proportional to n square by z. So this is the formula what we got. So radius of electron in nth orbit is directly proportional to n square by z. And one more formula we have for this one by substituting remaining values. Direct formula I am writing. If you simplify by substituting the h value, epsilon naught value, pi value, m value, e value, everything, if you substitute and simplify, you will get the answer as Rn is equal to 0.53 n square by z, and this value you will get in angstroms. So the radius of nth orbit formula directly I can write 0.53 n square by z. N is number of orbit, n is number of orbit, and z is atomic number. Z is atomic number. 0.53 n square by z will get answer in angstroms. So Rn is proportional to n square by z. We wrote like that. We can discuss about radius of electron in nth orbit. These are the formulae what we have. I hope you are clear with radius of nth orbit, radius of electron in nth orbit. Now let us observe. My target is to find speed of electron in nth orbit. Already we know from angular momentum we have written it as mvn. Rn is equal to nh by 2 pi. Just now we derived the expression for Rn as n square h square epsilon naught by pi m z square. This is the expression what I got. Now let me substitute here m vn in the place of Rn. In the place of Rn, I am bringing this one. So here m vn Rn is what? N square h square epsilon naught by pi m z square is equal to I can write it as nh by 2 pi. Why I am doing like that means now my target is to find the value of Vn. So I want to eliminate the value of Rn here. So for eliminating Rn, I selected this method. So Rn value, what I derived just now, I brought that value and substitute in the place of Rn here. Now I can get the value of Vn. Observe carefully what are the terms they are going to cancel. Mass can be cancelled here. Pi and pi will be cancelled. And h and the square will be cancelled, and n and the square will be cancelled. So from here, what is the expression I am left with? Vn is equal to ze square by 2n h epsilon naught. Ze square by 2n h epsilon naught. So Vn is speed of electron in nth orbit. Vn is speed of electron in n orbit. Vn is proportional to z by n. Vn is proportional to z by n. Vn is speed of electron in nth orbit, and we can write it as z by n. So now we got the expression for speed of electron in nth orbit as ze square by 2n h epsilon naught. I will write in detail. Here observe carefully, beta. Speed of electron in nth orbit Formula is Vn. So Vn, I am going to write the formula for that one as Vn is equal to, just now we notice Z is square by 2n h epsilon naught. Or I can also write from here, just now I have written that one also, Vn is proportional to Z by n. So now here you observe, remaining all our quantities are constant. E is constant, H is constant, epsilon naught is constant. So I got Vn is proportional to Z by n. Now from that information, by substituting all these constant values, directly I am writing the formula. I can write Vn value as C by 137 into Z by n meter per second. Meter per second. Question arises, what is this C? C is nothing but 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second speed of light. So this is the formula I can write for speed of electron nth orbit, Z by n, C by 137 into Z by n meter per second. This is the formula for speed of electron nth orbit. Already we discussed two things now. One is the radius of electron in nth orbit. This is the formula for radius of electron nth orbit. Now we got speed of electron in nth orbit. Speed of electron in nth orbit. Two things we noticed, speed of electron and radius of nth orbit. Next, as we know the speed, our next target is speed. If you know, immediate next target is what is kinetic energy. What is kinetic energy? What is kinetic energy here? Kinetic energy of electron in nth orbit I want. So kinetic energy means what should I write? Kinetic energy of electron nth orbit means of m into Vn square, where m is mass of electron, Vn is speed of electron. Just now we noticed what is Vn, as Vn is equal to, I have written it as just now, Z square by 2n h epsilon naught. Substituting that one here. Kinetic energy of electron in nth orbit is equal to of m into Z square e power 4 by 4 n square h square epsilon naught square. Kinetic energy of electron nth orbit is equal to mz square e power 4 by 4 into 2 8 n square h square epsilon naught square. This is kinetic energy of electron in nth orbit formula. So here, kinetic energy of electron nth orbit I can also write as z square by n square, z square by n square. So one student asking, sir, can't we write? Doubt from one student. Can't we write Vn value directly? Vn value directly means we can write, but here kinetic energy is of mvn square. Vn value just now we have derived this one as Z square by 2n h epsilon naught. I substituted in the place of Vn. Here this value I have taken in the place of Vn directly. I substituted here and I got this expression, and this is the kinetic energy of electron in nth orbit. So here, this is the formula for kinetic energy of electron in nth orbit. Sir, right side full page is not visible. Okay, beta, I will check it out. So this is kinetic energy of electron in nth orbit. Some student inform me right side full page is not visible. Is it any problem like that? Please inform me, beta. Electron. So kinetic energy of electron in nth orbit. We can write it as kinetic energy of electron in nth orbit. Okay, beta. I hope this is clear. Then, now we got the kinetic energy formula. Then, let us observe potential energy. Potential energy. Kinetic energy we learned. Now, our target is potential energy of electron in nth orbit. Of electron in nth orbit. Actually, beta, potential energy, this topic we have discussed means what to know what is the potential energy between two charges. Suppose this is the nucleus. Nucleus charge is Z, and here this is the electron. It is E, and radius of the nth orbit is Rn. So already we know this one, but here we are not discussing about force, we are discussing about potential energy between two charges. What is potential energy between two charges means? The formula is potential energy formula from electric potential and capacitance chapter. Potential energy between two charges formula is potential energy between two charges formula is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by q1 q2 by r q1 q2 by r. This is potential energy between two charges. Remember here, potential energy is scalar quantity. Potential energy is scalar quantity. If it is negative charge, you have to put it as minus E only. In force, we don't use negative sign because the vector quantity, but here it is a potential energy scalar. So potential energy between two charges means 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into ZE into minus E. Minus E is there, substitute minus also here by RL by RL. Radius of nth orbit, radius of nth orbit. So I can write in the denominator here r suffix n. I hope you are clear. You observe carefully the difference when I have taken the formula for force. When I have taken the formula for force, here also between nucleus positive, electron negative only, but I didn't put negative sign here because force is a vector. Will decide the direction by negative and positive signs. But here it is not like that. Here it is a energy is a scalar quantity, scalar quantity. If it's a positive, you have to take it is a positive, negative is there, directly take the negative and substitute in the formula. This is the formula for potential energy between two charges. So now I am substituting that one here. So after substituting, I also have Rn value. What is Rn value? N square F square, N square S square epsilon naught by pi m Z square, pi m Z square. So now we are discussing about potential energy here. So potential energy that in the place of Rn, we can replace this term. Let us observe carefully here. Potential energy of electron nth orbit is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught minus ZE square by n square h square epsilon naught. These terms will come to the numerator. So y can write as pi m into ZE square, pi m into ZE square. So what are the terms will be cancelled? Observe carefully here. Pi will be cancelled. And any other terms are there to cancel here? No, no other terms. So what is the potential energy final formula we are left? Let us check it out. Potential energy formula now we are left with minus mz square e power 4 by 4n square h square epsilon naught square. This is the formula what we got for potential energy of electron. Potential energy between electron and nucleus is the formula. I'll show the previous slides better, no problem at all. Just wait. Potential energy of electron in the nth orbit. Now I can write it as potential energy of electron in nth orbit is, I can write directly proportional to z square by n square. This is the potential energy of electron in nth orbit formula. Potential energy of electron in nth orbit formula. Like that we derive the potential energy here. Now our next target is total energy. Total energy. What is total energy formula? Total energy formula is potential energy plus kinetic energy is the total energy formula. Already we got the expression for potential energy. What is the expression for potential energy? Just now we observed. This is a minus mz square e power 4 by 4 n square h square epsilon naught. This is the potential energy formula. And what is the formula for kinetic energy? Kinetic energy, I got the formula as, here you observe carefully here, kinetic energy formula is mz square e power 4 by 8 n square h square epsilon naught. So we got to put kinetic energy from here, potential energy from there. Now we are adding these two. If we add these two expressions, what we are going to get, you please check it out carefully better. So finally, if I substitute those two values directly, I am writing the step. Minus mz square e power 4 by 8 n square h square epsilon naught square. By substituting those potential energy and kinetic energy, This is the total energy of electron. Total energy of electron. Total energy of electron in nth orbit. In nth orbit. This one, this energy formula, I can also write it as En is proportional to Z square by N square. And further, I can replace this formula with Rydberg constant, and I can also write minus RCH Z square by N square. Here R is called Rydberg constant. R is called Rydberg constant. This above expression, I can also rewrite it by using Rydberg constant. C is speed of light, R is Rydberg constant, and I can write minus RCH Z square by N square. So this is also one formula we can write. That means either like this or like this, both are same. This is in terms of mass, electron charge, Planck's constant, and epsilon naught. This is simply in Rydberg constant, speed of light, and Planck's constant. Like this also we can write the same expression in this way also. So here actually we have one thing like a RCH value. What is RCH value means I can also write by substituting Rydberg constant value, C value, H value. Directly I can write this answer as minus 13.6 electron volts, minus 13.6 electron volts. So what is the energy of electron here means minus 13.6 Z square by N square. This is the energy of electron in nth orbit. Directly I can write. Now, by observing the total energy formula, you observe, carefully observe, here minus sign is there, and here in the denominator what we have, denominator 8 is there. Remaining expression is almost same for potential energy and total energy. So the short formula for kinetic energy and potential energy, everything I'll show you better. One student is asking what is the short formula for potential energy and kinetic energy. Everything I'll connect. Just 1 minute. Potential energy formula you observe. Potential energy formula. Here also minus sign is there, and in the denominator we have 4. But for total energy, we have here minus sign, okay, but denominator is 8 in total energy formula. But potential energy we have here 4, but here same negative sign only. Like that for potential energy. And if you observe the kinetic energy, here what happened? Here we have positive sign. Here there is no negative sign. Here we have positive sign. Here there is no negative sign. But denominator same as in total energy. Total energy expression, kinetic energy expression, both are same. But here is a positive value. Their total energy is negative value. Total energy there it is negative. Kinetic energy is positive. Remaining everything is same. So from these things, what I can give the conclusion here is the conclusion, final conclusion I make the relation between total energy and potential energy and kinetic energy means total energy is negative of kinetic energy. The values are same. Total energy, kinetic energy values are same values, but only the thing is relation between them is total energy is minus of kinetic energy and total energy is half of potential energy. This is the relation between total energy, kinetic energy and potential energy. By these you can take the short formulas for kinetic energy and potential energy also. By using this relation you can take. This is the information about total energy. So we discussed in today's class mainly about first when we start the topic here. I start with Bohr's theory in atoms chapter. Here what I told is center nucleus is there, around nucleus different number of orbits are there. In first orbit suppose 2 electrons, in next orbit we have 8, like that number of electrons are present in each shell. After that I told that angular momentum of electron is equal to nh by 2 pi, and force between two charges, this one and this one, electron and this one, is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square. So F is equal to what we can write here, radius, that is a radius of nth orbit I represent with Rn, and here charge of nucleus Ze, electron charge E. This is the force between two charges here I have taken. One more thing I observed, electron attracts towards nucleus. This force is acting towards the center and is called as centripetal force. Centripetal force. So from that information I told, centripetal force formula we know. From circular motion, centripetal formula is mv m square by Rn. So now what I did here, electrostatic force equated with centripetal force. Electrostatic force equated with centripetal force. Then what I got here by equating electrostatic force with centripetal force, I got the expression for finally radius of nth orbit. Radius of nth orbit. So as I got the radius of nth orbit by eliminating Vn value in the previous, I got radius of nth orbit. Radius of nth orbit formula like that. So what are the conclusion for radius of nth orbit means? Here very important conclusion, that is n square h square epsilon by pi m z square. Rn, radius of nth orbit, is directly proportional to n square by z. N square by z. Here n is number of orbit, z is atomic number. So by removing the constant h value substitution, epsilon value, pi value, m value, e value of electron, everything substitution, we can direct write the formula. Radius of nth orbit is 0.53 n square by z. Don't forget units. Units what we are getting here? Angstroms. So 1 angstrom is equal to, I can write 10 power minus 10 meter. 10 power minus 10 meter. So in the let us observe the next page. After radius of nth orbit, we targeted speed of electron nth orbit. Again we took the formula of angular momentum nh by 2 pi. Now I eliminated Rn because already Rn value we got this one. Just substitute in the place of Rn this one. Then I can get the expression like that. That is Vn is equal to Z square by 2 nh epsilon. Vn is proportional to Z by n. So speed of electron in nth orbit we got expression. There also final conclusion. Speed of electron in nth orbit is Vn is equal to Z square by 2 nh epsilon naught. Vn is proportional to Z by n. Vn is C by 137 into Z by n. So what is C? Speed of light in 10 power 8. This is a direct formula we can write. But remember here about units. Units is very important. Don't forget about units. C value is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So by substituting, how you got this formula means substituting E value, H value, epsilon value, and simplifying this one, we get this expression. Next, we know the speed means our next target immediately. What is kinetic energy? Because we know that kinetic energy is nothing but half mv square. Half mv square is the formula for kinetic energy. So Vn value just now we derived. Substitute that Vn square. So substitute here that one. So finally we got the kinetic energy formula as mz square e power 4 8 n square s square epsilon r square. This is the kinetic energy of electron in nth orbit. We can write kinetic energy is proportional to z square by n square. Okay. Then we are going to discuss about potential energy of electron in nth orbit. Potential energy of electron in nth orbit means what we can write 1 by 4 pi epsilon. Potential energy between two charges q1 q2 by r. Q1 is Ze, q2 is minus c, and distance between them is Rn. By substituting Rn value here, m square s square epsilon naught pi m Z square, you will get the final expression for potential energy. Final expression for potential energy as minus mz square e power 4 by 4 n square s square epsilon naught square. Here m is constant, e is constant, h is constant, epsilon naught is constant, 4 is constant. Potential energy is proportional to z square by n square. Short formula, don't worry about short formula beta that I discussed in total energy concept. The same thing you have there also, here also. The last conclusion only will give us. So here total energy is equal to potential energy plus kinetic energy. So if we add that potential energy expression, what we got, kinetic energy expression, what you got, we are getting finally this value. So here this m, e, and h epsilon naught, like that we are getting the form. But we can also replace that one by using R is Rydberg constant, speed of light, H Planck's constant. By using the Rydberg values, we replace this expression. We can even write like this also. Minus RCH Z square by N square. So here, what I concluded is this RCH value. What is RCH value means? 13.6 electron volts. 13.6 electron volts is the RCH value. So minus 13.6 Z square by N square. From here, what is my final conclusion? Total energy and kinetic energy, potential energy. If I observe the expressions, I found the relation like this. Total energy is negative of kinetic energy, half of potential energy. If you observe this expression, you have to remember your first year gravitation chapter. In gravitation chapter also you got this type of expression. If you observe in satellites, total energy of satellite is equal to negative of kinetic energy of satellite equal to half of potential energy of satellites. So the satellites phenomena which are revolving around the earth and electrons revolving around the, that is our nucleus, the phenomena is same. Phenomena is same for satellites revolving around the planet and electrons revolving around the nucleus. Not only this beta, even planets revolving around the sun also same phenomena. Okay. Then next class I will discuss the further information about this boards, and this is a very important topic beta. We'll continue in our next class. Thank you each and every student for attending the class.